Hello, welcome to Fair Lady of the Loch Tarot. Thank you for joining me. Today we will be doing a pick a card or Rune reading on what shadow work we need to do that would best serve us. Pile number 1 is the Rider Tarot with the sodalite tower. This is a black base with a blue lightning, as you can see here, with a bit of white on that sodalite. Pile number 2 is the Crow Tarot with this piece of labradorite. Show you the rainbow flash there. And pile number 3 is the Norse runes with the carnelian blank rune piece. For those of you that picked pile number 1 with the Rider-Waite Tarot and the sodalite tower, this is your reading. Now, the way that I do readings is I read the cards' meanings as well as intuitively, and I let them fall as they may, delivering whatever messages the spirits, the ancestors, and the divine wish to deliver. Now, regardless of your spiritual path or beliefs, all are welcome and respected here. We're going to take these cards first. That was in reverse, forgive me. All right, now, first off, we have the 5 of Swords in the upright, the King of Wands in the reverse, the 6 of Wands in the upright, and the 8 of Pentacles in the upright. Let's move these where you can see all of them. Move this out of the way just a little bit. Okay. Now, in the traditional meanings, this 5 of Swords usually represents a conflict that has transpired. As you can see, this gentleman here is left holding all of the swords, and these two fellows have dropped their swords and walked away. Now, this can be interpreted in a couple of different ways. One is that you are the victor of a conflict, and you are leaving the field of battle with your swords and trophies of others. Another way to interpret this is that you were fighting with your comrades and had a falling out, and they dropped their swords and have left you on your own to battle by yourself. Now, as you can see in this, the gentleman appears to be smiling in victory. So there is a conflict in your life, whether it's having difficult, cloudy days of the mind and of the heart, or whether it's a battle with someone else outside of yourself. However, while 5s in the tarot tend to have a bit of a negative connotation to them, in this particular instance, it looks as though there will be a victory over the shadows or the conflicts that are causing you difficulty. So I'm getting the message of having confidence and having faith that you will overcome the challenges, whether they be within yourself or without. Okay? Now, the King of Wands in reverse, as it fell out, it's showing me that you have doubts as to whether you can defeat these conflicts that you're having. Okay? The internal or the external. Maybe they seem too great. Maybe they seem too difficult. Maybe they seem so large and overbearing and overwhelming and overpowering that you just don't see your way out. However, I don't think it was a coincidence that I accidentally turned this card in the beginning into the upright position. I think it's showing us that you are capable, while you're in this position of doubt at the moment, you are absolutely capable of turning this into the upright, to gain that enlightenment. You have the fire to do so. King of Wands is a fire energy. You see the lions here in the background. You see the salamander below. There's the colors. Very much signifies fire and passion. So you have it within you to do what is necessary, to do what is needed, okay? To channel that energy. And to back that up, we have the Six of Wands. Now, the Six of Wands is an exceptionally celebratory energy, okay? This is forward motion. This is you have achieved what you set out to achieve. This is beautiful celebration, cheering crowds, triumphant, okay? See the crown there upon his head and the wreath here? You have overcome your challenges and your difficulties, and you are coming through victorious, right? So they want you to have that confidence. So the shadow work that the spirits and ancestors and the divine are coming through with in this message is to work on that faith, that hope, that confidence that you do indeed have the ability and the skill set. Look at this hard worker. Look at his beautiful skill in this Eight of Pentacles. Okay? You absolutely have what it takes to overcome these difficulties, to gain that confidence. Okay? So, when you're doing your shadow work, it might help to have a journal, to write down on a piece of paper the things that you fear. Face them head on. What is it that you fear? What is the worst possible outcome? What is the best possible outcome? And everything in between. And then take those fears and burn them. Channel that fire energy of that King of Wands. Burn those fears away. You can light a candle. Red helps with passion and confidence. The gemstone garnet is a good one for obtaining confidence. Okay, so utilize the tools at hand that you have, piece of paper and a pen, pencil, whatever you need. Write down those fears and burn them. And then step forward into your future, having let go of those fears, knowing that ancestors, the spirits and the divine, have your back. They have a vested interest in your happiness. They have a vested interest in your success. You are not alone. No matter what it may look like within your household, within your world, you are not alone. And you do have everything you need to achieve this. So let's see if we can get a little bit more helpful information on what crystals might aid you in this endeavor of confidence and faith and hope and overcoming these challenges. Courage, bravery, okay, all of those things that you need when you're facing such battles. And they have given us snowflake obsidian. Okay, now snowflake obsidian is excellent for self-reflection, protection, and growth. And you have this Ten of Cups energy here. Okay, with this. And the Ten of Cups, that's ultimate fulfillment. That is ultimate joy. That is emotional overflowing. Okay. So this energy is possible. You do not have to remain stuck in the conflict energy, internal or external. Okay? So snowflake obsidian. Now, if you have any medical issues, if you have any physical or mental ailments, please absolutely do consult a medical professional. Crystals are for metaphysical, intuitive meanings, and they can help bring comfort and joy and beauty into your life, but they are not a substitute for medical advice and treatment. All right, let's see if there's any others here. One more shuffle. Spirits, ancestors, and the divine. Okay, I think they're calling us to read an excerpt about the sodalite tower that you selected. Today we're going to read from The Beginner's Guide to Crystals by Lisa Butterworth. This is an excellent beginner guide if you're interested in getting into crystals. Sodalite is good for helping with perception, purifying, and awakening. Chakras are third eye and throat, and common origins are Afghanistan, Canada, and the United States. Why it's magic? Sodalite is a stone of awakening. It offers a true sense of grounding while also opening the third eye to insight from the divine. It inspires an honest and objective sense of self, allowing for personal growth and expansion. Sodalite also enhances a sense of order and practicality, promoting logic while clearing a path to enlightenment. This mineral is known as the poet's stone for its positive influence on the act of writing, inspiring creativity, tempered with a balanced and truthful perspective. This deep blue mineral will cool fiery emotions and can reduce physical heating of the body, making it a favorite for treating fever. Sodalite occurs in the crystallization of sodium-rich molten rock, which inspires its name. Personal use: if you place the sodalite on your third eye to clear the mind and raise your perception of self to a higher level. Home uses include enhancing the creative energy in a household. And work uses can be helpful when working with others to create the sense of a common purpose. So if your message involved working with others and having difficulty in that, having sodalite in your workspace can be helpful for that. It can also help with perceptions amongst people who are having difficulties. Okay, so sodalite. All right, now we are going to pull an oracle message for you to see if we can get any affirmations, confirmations, or any further advice that might be able to assist you in this matter. And today we are going to be using the Moonology deck by Yasmin Boland. Now this deck has phases of the moon and messages to assist in what aspect of your life you are attempting to work on. This is an excellent deck to help with shadow work. All right, and here we have prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. So someone here listening might be a Taurus. Taurus is an earth energy. You might need to channel that more grounded earth energy. Or it might serve you to work with a new moon. Okay? Prosperity lies ahead. So no matter what this conflict is, you have this confirmation, this synchronicity that you will succeed. You will have the celebratory energy of that Six of Wands. Let's see if they've got any other messages for us from this oracle. Spirits, ancestors, and the divine. Do you have any other messages you'd like to give us? One more shuffle. Okay. So, this is your message. Remember, you have what it takes. Take that confidence. Take that bull by the horns. You see that bull from the Taurus symbol there? You've got this. You absolutely have this, okay? Celebration will be yours. You just have to put in the shadow work. I hope this message was helpful. If so, please leave it in the comments, anything that you found to be useful or anything that you wish could have been improved upon in the reading. Please be kind and gentle as you do. And as always, remember, you are beautiful and you are loved. Thank you. If you chose pile number 2 with the Crow Tarot by M.J. Cullinan and this labradorite, then this is your reading. Now, the way that I read cards is I read the meanings as well as the intuitive. And I let them fall where they may. And these flipped out in an interesting way, staying within the deck all at once. So we are going to take them. So today we are asking, what shadow work do we need to work around right now that would serve our highest good? Okay, so in this first shuffle, you already have 4 cards, and we are going to take them. Now, very first thing out of the deck is the star in the upright. Look at that beautiful energy. Now, the star is about recuperation, regeneration, restoration, rejuvenation. Okay, it has a hope and a faith element to it. All right. So as you can see, hope is represented by this little songbird here. Rejuvenating, cleansing, grounding, restoration with this crow here in this waterfall. Stars shining up above, glittering with the promise of so much. So this is saying that some rest might be in order. If you have any physical or mental health issues, please make sure that you seek a medical professional and get those tended to. We cannot take care of ourselves and others if we do not take care of our health. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful energy coming off of this star card. Second card we have is the Hierophant. Now the Hierophant is an energy of teaching. It is an energy of knowledge and understanding. It is an energy of authority. Okay, and as you can see, you have this crow up here at the top speaking to, whether he's teaching, explaining, orating, with these other crows here, and in between is a key. Okay, so it could be that the person listening to this message that it needs to reach is a teacher, or it could be that they are a student, or it could be that you are in need of a teacher to assist you, a professional to assist you in what it is that you need to have shadow work to improve upon. This beautiful stained glass here in the background with the wings and the glowing lights. Do you see that? It speaks of hope and that the light can come in. Okay. Seek out the key to your own health and happiness. Okay. Bring that light into your life. Bring that joy into your life. And that message is backed up here by the Queen of Wands, channeling joy, determination. Excuse me, I must pause to let the dogs outside. I'll be right back. Forgive me. Thank you for being patient. The Queen of Wands, there's a fire energy here. You see the sun, you see the sunflowers, you see the lions. Perhaps the person who's listening to this might be a Leo. Right? This energy is very much about courage, joy, determination, power. It's a very powerful card. Okay, and sunflowers can represent joy and happiness. So it just emphasizes how much they want you to focus on finding your own joy, your own happiness, finding that power. One of the things that I often ask myself is, when this life is done and I look back at it, what is it that I wish to have achieved? What is it that I wish to have done? Did I love? Did I love well? Did I love who I wanted to love? Did I show that love to others? Did I treat myself in a loving manner? Any question that comes to your mind, take a piece of paper and a pen out and write down what it is that you wish to achieve. Whether it's better health, mental clarity, travel, education, gardening, whatever it is that would be for your highest and happiest good, write it down. In fact, I encourage you to write them down, maybe even number them, and cut those strips out. And then each day, take and burn one of those things that you wish to achieve, surrendering it to the ancestors, the spirits, and the divine. Now, no matter what your religious or spiritual beliefs might be, they are welcome here, they are respected. So go with what you feel is best for you. Then when you're done and you've reached the very last one, you don't burn that last one. You take that last one, and it's your responsibility to achieve. That's your shadow work. That is the thing. You surrender all the others unto the divine. And you take that last one and focus on that as your goal. Okay? Focusing on everything all at once can be very overwhelming. So when it comes to shadow work, choosing one thing can sometimes help narrow it down and make it less overwhelming. All right? So seek out your joy. All right? And in this last card, we have the Tower. Now, the Tower can be a little bit scary for some people because it looks scary, right? I mean, you've got lightning coming down and striking a tower. You've got pieces of it falling off. You've got crows falling from the sky. It looks intimidating, right? But what the Tower actually is change. It is sudden and swift change. And that change is often, while it can be intimidating, it can be overwhelming at first, it's often for our highest good. Okay? You know, you look at this card and you see this tower and you think, oh no, that is awful. That tower got destroyed. But stop and think about it for a moment. What if that tower had been structurally compromised and that lightning bolt was the divine saying, this is not safe. I am going to change this. I'm going to keep it from harming anyone else. Okay? And so I'm going to take it out of the equation. Sometimes the Tower moment is you just realizing that things need to change, that what you're doing isn't working, that it's not the best thing for you, whether it's sacrificing your health or your mental well-being, whether it's not going after what you find joy in. These things are not necessary when life is meant to be lived to its fullest. It's meant to be lived with encompassing all the light and the dark, all the joy and the sadness. And if all you're doing is living in the sacrifice and the sadness, then you only have part of the equation. Joy is meant to be embraced. It's meant to be lived. It's meant to be a part of your life. Okay? So let's see if we can find some crystals that might aid you in your shadow work towards this restoration, rejuvenation, finding what brings you joy. Now, as I said before, if there is anything in the medical realm that needs attention, please absolutely seek a professional. Crystals are not meant to replace that. They're simply meant to help you find a brighter spot in your life and in your day and help to soothe and bring comfort. First off, we have hematite, grounding, practicality, and courage. Oftentimes, change requires courage. It requires a grounded balance within one to do shadow work. It requires courage to make that change, okay? And while we're going through and doing this internal work, we also at the same time have to deal with the practicalities of life. All right? So this stone, hematite, is excellent for this. The Ace of Wands energy here, okay, is also channeling that power that I saw here in the Queen of Wands. Okay, very, very powerful energy from this reading. Never, never doubt that you are powerful and can achieve anything that you set your mind and heart to. Now, second up, we have this tourmaline piece. Now, tourmaline comes in a wide range of colors. This one happens to have the green, white, and purple. However, you can choose any color of tourmaline and then use the colors from that to help with your intentions towards what you wish for it to be. But it helps in calmness, stabilizing, and reaffirming. Okay? Tourmaline, specifically black tourmaline, which I have a piece right here, also helps with protection, okay, and grounding. So if you are feeling insecure in an environment, whether physical or metaphysical, black tourmaline is an excellent stone to have around you at all times, your house, your workspace, on your person. I've even seen it in jewelry. Okay, so that might be of some assistance to you. Now, let's see what oracle message that we can get from the White Light Oracle by Alana Fairchild. Now, this deck is a bit big for my hands, so we'll see what kind of message we can get from it. We may need to separate the deck and draw one. Now, this deck gives affirmations, confirmations. It aids in healing processes that you might be able to follow, such as meditation, journaling, to help with that shadow work. It is a beautiful, beautiful deck. Okay, we will separate out into threes, and then we will put it back together, and we will take this top one. Okay, and we have the Ivory Wish-Fulfilling Crow. Now that is a synchronicity, is it not? Number 39. We use the Crow Tarot, and lo and behold, we pull the Ivory Wish-Fulfilling Crow. Isn't that a beautiful card? All right, now we're going to consult the guidebook on this one. Number 39. And we're going to read your affirmation. You can have what you truly want. Such knowledge helps soften and release fear, grasping control, and doubt. Have confidence that the universe hears your prayers and is even now leading you into that which you seek. You can take sanctuary within your spiritual connection whenever you need stabilization and protection against the fluctuations of the external world. No matter what is happening around you, there is a way through to the fulfillment of your potential. Okay. Now, in the guidebook for this deck, it goes on to tell you more about the cards and the history and anthropology behind the message and the image there, as well as giving you a healing process at the end here. Okay, so I'm going to read just a little bit from this healing process to aid you, because you had that star focus here. Rest and relax for a few moments, becoming present. Notice your breath flowing in and out. Allow your awareness to move within and let go of attachments to the outer world for a time. Imagine, see, feel, or pretend that as you relax and become softly focused on your breathing, you enter into a luminous in-between world of healing, grace, and beauty. You see, sense, or feel the loving presence of a divine tree of light. It is bustling with life. It is strong, ancient, protective, and beautiful. It houses various divine creatures of light, including a wise old ivory crow sitting peacefully at the top of the divine tree. Your feathered friend may watch you or call at you. This realm is timeless, luminous, and eternal. You understand that no matter what happens, it will always be there, just as beautiful and sacred as it is now. This knowledge makes you happy. Then imagine, see, feel, or intend that your soul is receiving an infusion of light from that eternal realm. You may feel a nourishing and euphoric oneness with this beautiful realm. Let yourself soak in that experience for as long as feels good. When you are ready, ground yourself by becoming aware of sensations on your skin and the flow of your breath in and out. Know that your soul is always able to connect with that eternal light within. Hydrate yourself and allow your body some movement too. You have completed your healing process. So this is encouraging you to meditate. Meditation, whether it's sitting still as a guided meditation or in motion and flow with Tai Chi, okay? I find it particularly soothing myself. I have found it very, very helpful in my shadow work to use both Tai Chi and guided meditations. So if you're interested, I have no association with this book other than just enjoying to use it. But White Light Oracle, this can be very helpful in achieving your shadow work journey. I hope that this message was helpful to you. If it was, please let me know in the comments. If you felt there was something that could have been improved upon, please be gentle and kind and leave that in the comments as well. As always, remember that you are beautiful and loved. Thank you. Pile number 2, forgive me. I forgot to read to you about your labradorite that you chose. So I'm going to add this little snippet here. We're reading from the Beginner's Guide to Crystals. And we'll be reading the page on labradorite. Intuition, creativity, awakening. The chakras are the higher crown, third eye, and solar plexus. Common origins are from Australia, Canada, and Finland. Why it's magic. Labradorite is truly a stone of magic used by healers, shamans, and psychics for its ability to enhance psychic gifts and raise spiritual consciousness. Turn this gray stone in your hand and a colorful iridescence will flash. It's a mineral that connects the realms of the seen and unseen, creating harmony between the physical and spiritual selves. It is also a stone of protection, creating an energetic barrier that deflects negativity and emotionally draining people. If you're feeling exhausted by the daily grind, labradorite will breathe new life into your existence, enhancing spontaneity, excitement, and adventure. It also sparks fresh ideas in the imagination, perfect for creative people stuck in a rut. Healers use labradorite to promote vision and also treat respiratory infections or cold symptoms. Labradorite is named after Labrador, an eastern province in Canada, where it was found by missionaries in 1770, though it was referenced before that in Inuit legends. The iridescent colors are caused by the reflection of light from submicroscopic planes in the mineral. Personal uses, it can be used during meditation to enhance your introspective abilities, especially during a time of transition. So it can be used during the meditation that we spoke of from the White Light Oracle deck. At home, it infuses a feeling of newness into a stale environment. And at work, promotes cooperation and agreeability with coworkers. In my family, we use labradorite as a protective stone to help guard and protect our energies. If you're feeling drained, the term would be energy vampires that might be in your environment. Labradorite can assist with that. Forgive me for forgetting to read this to you, and I hope that you found it helpful. Thank you. If you chose pile number 3, then this is your reading. Now, for pile number 3, we're doing something a little bit different than we did for the other piles, and we are using the Norse Rune set. Okay. These runes are made of carnelian and red agate stones, and here you have the carnelian blank rune stone as your crystal. So what we will do is we will pull 3 runes randomly from the bag. I read uprights and reversals. And to help us interpret these runes, we will be using the Find Your Power Runes by Kitty Gilsborough. This is an excellent book if you wish to get started in understanding the Norse runes and their meanings within the concept of the Poetic Edda. So for your first rune, we have Gabo, gift rune. We have the and we have Rado, but it's in reverse. Now this one came out like this, but that's not a reversal for that. So generally the rule is you turn it a quarter turn. Okay, and you do it that way. All right. So we are going to read Gebo, we are going to read Kenaz, and we are going to read Rado in reverse. Now, the Gebo is a part of Freya's collection of runes, and we are going to take a look at its meaning. And Gebo is always in the upright. There is not a reversal for Gebo. Gebo means gift. It is a symbol of partnerships, love, and gifts. Now, remember as I read, this reading is for your shadow work. What right now would best help you to work on in shadow work for your highest good? Sometimes the runes can be a little more intense, and then other times they can be a bit more gentle. And the Gebo rune, the gift rune, is one of the more gentle and positive runes. From the Poetic Edda, we have generosity brings credit and honor, which support one's dignity. It furnishes help and subsistence to all broken men who are devoid of aught else. What can you give? What should you give? If this rune has come into your life, then you are being asked to practice both gratitude and generosity. You are being asked to live as if you have enough and then more. It's asking you to accept gifts with gratitude. It's asking you to give away what you have. Where are you withholding? Where could you be more gracious? Gebo, or Gifu, is the source of our word gift. What are your gifts? What have you been given? And what have you been granted? And what could you give away? You must give in order to get. You get out what you put in. This rune is a gift to you. It is a reminder that you can accept gratefully anything that is offered to you. Don't resist help, for you may need that foundation, when in turn you are asked to give it yourself. There is a balance to this rune that is at the heart of this et, and in fact at the heart of rune telling at all. It is sometimes associated with relationships and has historically been associated in particular with heterosexual male-female relationships, the balance of male energy and female energy, and the balancing of giving and receiving. It does not mean that in today's world it is restricted to that. Remember the historical context in which the elder Futhark was used. Remember, we must think like our ancestors without the charity of modern social mores. This is about sex and power and the way we must, in both of those spaces, remember to give just as much and more than we hope to gain. So here is your rune, Gebo. Okay. And here it is in the book. Okay, now your second rune, Kenaz. See that there? Okay. Kenaz is also from Freya's Edda. And its origin of word is torch. It's a symbol of health, gifts, and creativity. It is a torch, but it is also a scar, okay? And the poetic edda for this is a little bit dark, so bear with me here. Disease fatal to children and painful spot and abode of mortification. So you see this rune in that part of the poetic edda. So it's a little bit darker in spite of its name and torch and being healths and gifts and creativity. Stay with me here, for the original poem is grim. This is a twin meaning we must work hard to unpack. Kenaz is a scar and it is a torch. It is pain and it is joy. It is light and it is dark. Okay, so within this rune, you have what you might call the yin and the yang of life. You have the light and the dark. You have the opposites of life. The torch we know by her flame, the Anglo-Saxon poem runs, and she burns wherever bright ones sit within. This stands for illumination. It stands for the light bulb moments, the spark in the dark. It's inspiration and it's knowledge that comes suddenly but seems to have been there all along. It was obvious, of course. A torch doesn't create the things it touches with its light. It just reveals them. The flickering beam spills over a dark room and we see what's within. This is Kenaz, a sudden intuition to move your torch beam just here and just there and see what's written. You have the answers. You have them, perhaps already within you. For the second meaning of Kenaz, as we know, is an old wound, a sore, an ulcer, an infection, a scar, a battle mark. We must remember what infection must have meant long ago before antibiotics. It means death, almost certainly, unless we are lucky. Death was ever present for the women, men who told these runes, children and warriors. The poem tells us are most scourged by this. Think of the woman left behind telling these runes. Think of what she knew, the depths of her pain, the life she would lead, and still tending her fire, still never letting the torch burn out. Scars give us meaning. They give us memory and power. They teach us things we would never have known without them. Even suffering has a purpose, and what we need is already within us. Perhaps as with an infection, we have to scrape away the old bad flesh to see the spark of the new. Perhaps as in a dark room, we must just remember to switch on the light. So that's Kenaz. Okay. And then your last rune is Rado. Now, Rado in the reverse, also from Freya's Edda, is, so in the upright, it means, origin of word is riding, the symbol of travel and movement, okay, to ride. The Poetic Edda was joy of the horseman and speedy journey and toil of the steed, okay. So in the reverse, a reversed Rado warns of travel problems. You may be forced to take a trip you weren't planning. It could come at a bad time or be caused by unfortunate circumstances. A friend or relative might be sick or in trouble, and you have to drop everything to go to their side. Alternatively, it can mean that another person may visit you at a most inconvenient moment. Unfortunately, Rado in the reverse position also says that plans and schemes you have been working on will somehow get messed up. This is therefore not the time to conduct a serious negotiation or implement an important plan, because a wrench could be thrown into the middle of it all and things could go awry. If you are aware of this possibility when you are going into the situation, then you may be able to minimize the damage. Your usually sharp mind is a little dulled right now, so try to give extra effort and thought to all of your current projects. Lastly, be conscious of the emotional states of those around you. Tempers are going to be on edge, and it is up to you to display as much patience and humor as possible to defray some of the tension. Okay. Now, remember, in any reading, whether it is cards or runes, only take what fits you. Use your intuition to guide you in what messages are meant for you, and leave the messages that are not behind. They are meant for someone else. This is a collective reading, and it are multiple messages for multiple people. That being said, there are multiple messages here. When you combine the gift rune with the torch and scar rune with the travel rune, okay, you have a couple of different situations that could be going on here for different people. As I've said in my other readings, and I will say here, if you have a medical or mental health difficulty, please seek medical attention. Okay, these readings can help to guide you. They can help to give you confidence to move forward. They can help to support you in what you already know within yourself. But they are absolutely no substitute for logic and reason, and they are no substitute for medical attention. Give me just one moment. I need to let the dogs in. My apologies. Thank you for being patient. So in this situation, there's a message here that encourages you to go within and to find the gifts within yourself. Okay? So one of the ways that you can do this with shadow work is to sit down with a pencil and paper, pen and paper, and write down the things that you're good at, the things that you love, the things that you enjoy. Be honest with yourself. What are you good at? We all have gifts. We all have things that we are good at, okay? Now, this list doesn't have to be seen by anyone else, so feel free to be as absolutely honest and forthright with yourself as you can be. And then take a look at that list and remind yourself how beautiful you are, how capable you are, and how much joy and beauty you have to bring and give to this world, okay? Now, the only way that you can utilize those gifts to their fullest potential is if you take care of yourself. Self-care is extremely important, whether it's physical, mental, or metaphysical. Make sure that you are drinking enough, eating right for you. Okay? Make sure that you are getting enough exercise, meditation, whether it's sitting still or meditation through movement like Tai Chi. They're all excellent ways of taking care of yourself. Now, especially when traveling, things can get a little stressful. So remember, in those overwhelming moments, that you just, take a breath, take a moment, go within yourself. If you're a passenger, you can absolutely meditate from a passenger seat, anywhere. If you're a driver, go ahead and pull over to the side. Give yourself a moment. Take a break, stretch your legs, whatever it is you need to do to take care of yourself. Now, for those of you that are dealing with a loved one who is having difficulty, whether it is medical, in the physical or mental realms, or whether they are struggling in some other way and they need your assistance, okay? This is letting you know that you do have what it takes. You do have the gifts and the resources, the generosity of spirit. If you feel as though that generosity of spirit is waning, once again, I encourage you, go within, find your balance, find your center, and make the choices you need to make from a perspective of what is best for your highest good, okay? We all have responsibilities that we must attend to, people that we love that need our attention and our care. But we cannot give it without first also taking care of ourselves, right? Okay? And if you must travel to go and help and take care of and be with this person, just travel safely. Like I said, remember to stop when you get tired and take a break and stretch your legs, okay? Shadow work, just remember who you are. Remember the gifts that you have to give to this world, okay? And make sure that you are going within and acknowledging the beautiful that is inside of you. Now, let us see what crystals might be of aid in this endeavor. Now, crystals have metaphysical, intuitive meanings. They can provide comfort, they can provide beauty, but they are absolutely not a substitute for putting in the work, and they are not a substitute for medical attention. First off, we have sardonyx with happiness and stability to marriage and partnerships. Okay. So, if you or your partner are having difficulties, overwhelm, stress, illness between you, using a sardonyx as a worry stone when you're feeling overwhelmed or when you need a little extra compassion, comfort, or generosity towards your partner, having it in your home space, having it in the car while you're driving together. Okay. Anytime you need to have a little bit of boost of happiness, just looking upon it can bring a smile to the face. So sardonyx can be of use. And antagorite, flow, intuition, and bloom. Flow, intuition, and bloom. Okay. So go with the flow, in essence, is what it's saying. All right. Just stay calm and soothed. Look at that blue, that calming, healing blue. Okay. Don't forget to accept yourself for who you are and accept those around you for who they are, and just have that peace, that internal peace within. Now let's see what the oracle might have to say to give you an affirmation, a confirmation, an encouraging message to help you get through these situations in life. Oh, you know what? Let's pause on that because we did not read for your carnelian that you chose. Let's take a look at that. The Beginner's Guide to Crystals by Lisa Butterworth is an excellent book to get started on crystals. Okay, carnelian, creativity, courage, and confidence. It works with the sacral and root chakras, and common origins are Brazil, Germany, and India. Carnelian is an energizing stone. It's a vibrant motivator, quashing doubts in order to pave a confident path forward. It's known as the singer's stone because it's said to make the user's voice clear and powerful. If you're a performer, carnelian will alleviate stage fright and help you come into your own on stage. It's great for anyone in the arts because of its creativity-boosting power. The mineral's fiery appearance translates to its emotional properties. Use it to balance the sacral chakra, which will increase passion and energy and strengthen your sense of identity and self-expression. Carnelian is associated with increased blood circulation and can alleviate symptoms associated with premenstrual syndrome, otherwise known as PMS, and menopause. The name carnelian is thought to be an alteration of cornelian, which has roots in cornella, I'm mispronouncing that, referring to the cornel cherry. Iron oxide impurities cause the hue of this mineral. Personal uses: carry when you need a confidence boost. At home, keep in the bedroom to heighten romance and rekindle passion. There's a synchronicity here with that partnership and marriage card. At work, it abates indecision and procrastination to increase productivity. So that's carnelian. Okay, now we'll return to the oracle. Let's see what messages the spirits, ancestors, and divine might have for us to close out this reading with. Spirits, ancestors, and divine, what messages might you have? Okay, we will split the deck. We will take the top message. Shadow Treasures, number 21. Shadow Treasures. So that goes with your gift, Gebo. Unearthing what lies within. What are you good at? What brings you joy? And bring that forward. Your happiness will help with your relationships, help with your health. No matter what else is going on in your life, seek out those shadow treasures within yourself, and it will bring a brighter light to your world. I hope that you found this message to be helpful. If so, please let me know in the comments. If there was anything you thought could be improved about the reading, please let me know in the comments as well. I'd appreciate anything that's gentle and kind. As always, remember that you are beautiful and you are loved. Thank you.